Hello everyone. Today's the day that we are going to make empanadas. If you got the chance to see my last video, it was about how to make sofrito, the base for a lot of Spanish foods. Well, today I'm going to show you guys how to make a fast, delicious snack. It is my go-to each and every time that I don't want to make a big dinner, make a big lunch. It's funny to say that sometimes I even eat it for breakfast. They're fast, they're easy to make, they're delicious. So let's get to it. All right, for this recipe, you're gonna need 1 pound ground beef, your sofrito. Now, if you didn't get a chance to make the sofrito, you can buy the store-bought, store brand kind. I really don't recommend it because it's a lot different than the homemade kind. So, but you can if you're in a rush and you don't have a lot of time on your hands. So we got the sofrito. Then we'll need a little bit of adobo, a little bit of argolla, tomato sauce. Of course, you're gonna need no more than 1 packet of sazon. I like to add a little bit of pitted olives, Spanish pitted olives. They just give it a good little taste. My kids don't like them, so I have to make them separate. It's not hard though. And then I add a little of the chicken flavor. You can see that right there. That's not a lot of this. This is some strong stuff. And then of course, you know, you don't need any salt. A lot of this stuff already has the salt. So yeah. So okay. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go ahead and ground this ground beef. All right, we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, ground this ground beef. And see, the thing is with what kind of excuse me, what kind of ground beef you use. It all depends. We got the 80. Excuse me. Let me get a drink. I'm sorry. 1 second. I do apologize for that. Yes, I was saying with the ground beef that you prefer. This is 80 because they didn't have any 85. The only other one they had was 90, and that's a little. I like a little fat in mine, even though I'm going to drain it. We're going to drain it, so that's not an issue. So we're going to go ahead and use this one right here. This is 2080. It works great, because I am going to drain it. Of course, you have to drain it. That's just too much fat. So we're going to go ahead and brown this ground beef up. You don't need to, you don't have to get it too brown because you're going to let it cook when you're ready to add all your flavors. I usually get it started nice and high, then turn it down a little bit. About a little higher than medium. You still want to get that little sizzle, but you don't need it so high. At least that's how I do it. Okay. These empanadas, your kids, if you do have children, it's a great snack for after school, after you get done playing outside. And the best thing about it is not only are they fast and delicious, they are very filling. Very filling. Let me turn that up just a little bit. I didn't mean to turn it down. See, this pan is really big, so it takes a lot of heat to just keep it to where it needs to be. That sizzle. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and let that sizzle up a little bit. And I like to break my ground beef up. I mean, to where it's really, really broken up, as you can see, because it's just, I don't know, I just don't like big chunks of ground beef as I'm chewing ground beef. It's not like it's steak or something, you know. Okay, let's see. Let's let that go for a couple minutes. Now, let me show you guys the sofrito. It's frozen. We're gonna have to chip away at it like it's an iceberg, but hey, it's there and it's delicious. So let's go ahead and get this all browned up. This will be done in about another minute. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the drain, so brown that up. We'll drain it and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we went ahead and drained this the beef. We drained all that fat out. So what we're gonna do now is turn our stove, turn our heat down a little below medium. We don't want to dry our beef out, let it cook too long. Right now I have it where it's just turned from red to brown. That's where we want that right now, from red to brown. Now what I'm going to do is get my ingredients ready. The first ingredient I want to add is my sofrito, because it's ice. I'm gonna have to throw a little piece of very cold sofrito in there. It's frozen. That's okay. So the good thing about the metal is it freezes, but it doesn't freeze to the metal. And that's what I love about that. Look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. So we're going to put our brown beef right there back on heat. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit more of that sofrito. Cut it up. You know, people actually sell this just as this in bricks. Also, you can see my videos on how to make this sofrito on YouTube at Sippy. That's at Sippy, SIPPYIE, at Sippy. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, turn it. I'm on number 2 right now. That's how low I'd like to have that right now, because we have a lot going on, and again, we don't want to dry our beef out. It's nothing worse than having some chewy beef as you're eating. That's chewy, and then get a little bit more of this sofrito. What I'm gonna do is, there we go. Get that just like that. Okay, now that we have that, now we are going to go ahead and add our tomato sauce. And if you don't have, let's say you just have plain, it has to be plain though, plain tomato sauce, and it's not Goya brand. Let's just say it's you know, it's another brand. That's okay, because you have so much going on with the Spanish seasonings. There's no problem with adding just some regular tomato sauce if you don't have this kind. That's okay. All right, let's go. We're not going to add the whole can. That is way too much for all this ground beef. We're going to add about a half, maybe a little more than half. Okay, we're going to add that. We're going to leave that just as so. We're going to go ahead and go to our next ingredient. And what that is called is Goya adobo. Adobo is used for a lot of things. Steak, fish. It's great on fish. Not a lot. We don't want a lot of this. We just want a little run over with it, and you know, little sprinkle, couple sprinkles on the top, and that's good enough. Okay, our next ingredient. We're going to go to the sofrito. The sazon. Again, we're not going to overkill with this. I'm going to tell you, you don't need 2 packets. That's a little too much. We're going to go with 1 And then I'm going to go with a quarter of another one. Not even half. We're going to go about right there. That's it. Go ahead and put that away. Save that for next time. Okay. We are going to now go ahead and let that mix up a little bit. Let that sofrito, as it's melting, if only you can get the smell through the phone. It really is a great smell. We are going to add some other things to this ground beef, but we're just getting this nice little mix going on first. Okay, and the next and final ingredient, well, I don't know about ingredient. Now, these little cubes of chicken flavor, they're powerful. And we do not need a whole cube. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut about half. See what we're using here? That's all you need. And if you don't have these cubes, that's okay. I use that just to give it a little gives it a little bit of a chicken kick to it. And it's just delicious. It really is. I also add those to my rice and beans when I'm cooking rice and beans. It gives it a nice little chicken. I mean, it's not like, wow, I taste chicken. No, it's not that type of thing. It just gives it a little something special. That's all. This is coming along great. All right, next we are going to go ahead and cut up our olives. Now, if you don't like olives, you can go ahead and add something different, like a red pepper. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add both because that's how I prefer it. Now, a lot of empanadas, if you ever get them off the, they have them different corner stores in Philadelphia. You're always going to see a lot of times little chunks of red pepper in there because it gives it a great flavor. All right, we're going to go ahead and then we will not need this whole red pepper. Absolutely not. I want to say maybe about half, and we want to cut these pieces of red pepper up pretty small. Now, I wouldn't say fine, but a nice little cube, nice little squares. We're going to go just like that, little square. You don't want them too big. You don't want to be chopping on big pieces of red pepper. That's not what we're looking for right now. We're just looking for a little bit of extra flavor in there, a little bit of color, things like that. Now, the thing is the great thing about this is we don't have to add garlic. We don't have to add cilantro. We don't have to, we have all that covered. That's the best thing about your sofrito. A lot of times when you're cooking certain recipes, you have to go ahead and add all that stuff. But when you have it already made, it's a beautiful thing. Let's go ahead and add our olives. We're getting pretty close to having this base pretty much finished. We want to stay away from adding any juice in there. We just want to keep just the olives. Sometimes I can cut them, but since I like them, and I'm only cooking it for my two boys and myself, I'll keep them whole. But sometimes it's a good thing to probably cut them. And I'll tell you why, because it can be a little bit overpowering when you're eating big olives. But see, I love them. And again, it's for me. If I was making it if I was doing this for other people, I would definitely cut the olive up, and then I would make some without the olives, because not everybody likes green olives. They have their own taste, and very, very different taste they have. So let's go ahead and mix this up and get that little square of chicken flavor that I had in there all mixed up in there with the rest of those flavors. Okay. Now, if you saw how I added that red tomato sauce, that's what gave me my liquid, so that I could get all the rest of these ingredients mixed together, and pretty much, getting a good cook on them. Because let me say, if you don't have enough liquid in your pan when you have all these ingredients coming together, obviously you're not going to be able to cook them. So you can always add just a little bit of water if you have to. And that's only if you don't have. Sometimes I do cook it without tomato sauce, and I do add the water. But right now, this is coming out just the way I want it, so I don't have to add any water. I don't have to add any more tomato sauce either. I can just go ahead and let that sit on there for a couple minutes. Doesn't have to be long. Let me go ahead. You know what? I have a little bit more. What else are we going to do with it? It's not going to hurt anybody. A little bit more in there. Do that. Okay. Okay, so as we let this meat sit in this pan for a couple more minutes and cook, and just get those ingredients all cooked together and just perfectly well balanced, we're going to let that sit there for a couple minutes, and we're going to come over here and look at our empanada dough discos. Now, these are what I was talking about in the other video. These are great. Let me tell you, these are great. I have made the dough by hand, and it's just a lot of work when you can just get these, and they are just the same, and I would even go as far as saying, if not better, because they're delicious. They really are delicious. So after this is in about a minute, I'm going to get this ground beef out of here, my base for my empanadas. I'm going to put that in a bowl, and we're going to get started. We're going to get our oil on there, get it heated up, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get our ground beef, our base for our empanadas, into our bowl. Look at that. That is exactly what you want. It's just perfect. Look at that. Look at that. That is what we want. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get that in there just like so. Let's turn that off. Okay, so we have our ground beef. We have our, excuse me for 1 second. Okay, we have our ground beef. We have our empanada dough discs. And unfortunately, my roller broke, and I can't get the screw and pin to stay in, so we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. And really, who needs a roller anyway, when this can do the same exact thing as a roller? Okay, so the oil that we're going to be using today for our empanadas, regular vegetable oil. That's what we're going to be using. I am using an extra large pan to fry my empanadas in because obviously, you know, you want the room. I want to do at least 2 at a time because I don't know, sometimes I can fit 2. I mean, sometimes I can fit 3 if I position them right and they're not too big, but I like to make kind of, you know, they're kind of big. A little bit bigger than the ones that you would get at a restaurant. So, okay. First and foremost, as well, with these empanada dough discs, follow the directions on the back. What that means is don't rush it. I did that one time, and it just didn't come out. The dough didn't work the way it was supposed to. There are certain directions on the back that you need to follow. And you know, just don't be fast with it because this dough, you know, it has to be done in a certain time frame. You have to use it within a certain time frame because if not, it can get hard and just weird. And the one thing that I have not mentioned yet was some empanadas have cheese in them. So I do add sharp cheddar cheese to mine. I've tried other cheeses. This just seems to kick the best with it. It gets along best. I don't know. That's in my opinion. But yeah, I'm a sharp cheddar cheese kind of guy. So yeah, we're not going to do it to all of them. We're just going to add some cheese because the boys, my one son loves them. My other son doesn't like cheese. So okay, let's get started. We're gonna take our first disc, take our cup or your roller. We're gonna roll it. Now we're not going to do it to where it's too much, and it's, you know, we're just going to give it a couple rolls back and forth, get it a little stretched out, not too much, just like that. You can make them bigger, all depends on how you want to do it. You definitely can make them as big as you want. Well, I mean, of course there's a limit, but okay, that's what we're going to do with ours right there. That's perfect. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start adding our filling to our discs. You don't need a lot. Do not need a lot. We'll add maybe two olives to this one, and we'll throw a little bit of cheese in there with it. Now, when we close our discs, it's not hard. We're going to just fold over. Go ahead and seal the two ends together just like so. Get a fork and really seal it by pressing down just like so. Now, after you go around your whole disc and make it into a shell just like this, you want to flip it and do the other side. Some forget to do this, and then you get leakage, and then you wonder why. Well, because you didn't seal it properly. That's why. We're going to seal it just like so, and this bad boy is ready. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and drop it slowly, just like that, and let her sizzle. We're going to go on to our next disc. Just like that. Go ahead and get our cup. Hey man, whatever works. Because my go-to saying will always and forever be, it is what it is. Okay, there we go. We're going to keep that disc just like that. We're going to go ahead, grab a little filling. We're going to leave the olive out this time because, well, yeah, well, there's one. They can just give it to me if they don't want it. We're going to get our cheese. You don't need a lot. You know, we're going to go ahead and seal our ends. Take our fork. Just like that. Flip it. Go around it. Sorry. Put it like that. Go around that again. Like this. That bad boy is ready to drop. Let's drop that. Let's go ahead and see how his neighbor's doing. He's doing perfect. All right. Ooh. Uh-oh. I got you. Luckily, that was not glass. Okay. Now we're going to go on to our next disc. This is a process to where you can't be, you know, lollygagging around. Remember that saying, lollygagging? Yeah, you gotta be an 80s baby to know that. All right, there's our disc. Keep it right there, just like that. Get our filling. We're gonna do our filling this time. We're gonna leave the olives out because my son Elijah, if he catches one olive in there, oh man, he has a fit. And you know what I say? It is what it is. All right, let's seal this up. Just like so. Put it around. Seal that bad boy up. I think this might be, yeah, we're going to flip that. Finish sealing this. And then we're going to drop this one in there, just like so. Now, we're going to let these go ahead and do their thing. We're going to get another disc. Okay. Lay that disc just like that. What I am going to do is get a plate ready. So when they are done, we can go ahead and set them down. Yeah, your kids will thank you. No, I'm sorry. Hopefully you thank me for when your kids thank you. Everybody loves empanadas. I know they can be a little, I guess you can say, on the fatty side, but again, I mean, what's wrong with treating yourself once in a while? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Okay, let's get our dough disc rolled out a little bit. Just like that. And you don't want to underfry the empanadas because, again, I guess you can, it depends on how you like it, but, you know, if you underfry them, you're not going to get that crispy, delicious, almost, I'm not going to say like pastry because it breaks apart. These dough discs, I just love. I really like them a lot. I do. Okay. Let's go ahead. See what we're doing right here. Okay, this bad boy, she is done. Look at that. That's pretty. So we're going to go ahead and just lay her right there. Flip this little shell around that has a wonderful, delicious filling inside of it. It's going to savor your taste buds. Your taste buds are going to be jumping around for that savory taste. Okay, let's flip this bad boy. Yeah, that one's ready to flip. That one's ready to flip. She's ready to go right there. We're going to go on to our next disc. Now, these come 10 discs in a pack. Yeah, so 10 discs. And That's enough for us. If you have a bigger family, you might want to get 2 packs because they're delicious and everybody's going to want at least 3. Okay, let's go. We're going to go like this. Go like this. I'm going to take that olive out just in case. Let's check these over here. What's this? What's going? This is getting a little hotter now, so they're going to be frying a little faster. Got about 1 minute. Okay, let's go ahead and get our cheese. I'm going to make the next 3. I'll make without cheese. But I'll tell you, man, the cheese does make a big difference. Now, I had my mom over one day, and we were making these together. And she was doing when she was sealing them, she was doing all types of different ways to seal it. And I tried one with it not too long ago, and I just couldn't do it. So, all right, this one is ready to get up out of there. I'm gonna put that over there on that to go ahead. I need to get myself a rack. That is what I need. Look at that. That is a beautiful one. Look at that empanada. You see those bubbles and that crispiness right there? Ooh. Let me show you a little bit closer look at that. That is what you want right there. We'll set them down. Let a little bit of excess oil drip off of them. Flip this little seashell looking delicious around like this. And we're going to drop her just like that. Let's go ahead and get our next dish. Now, this dough is starting to, like I said, if you take, and I'm doing them pretty fast, but if you can see, the dough's starting to get a little hard around the edges. That's okay. That just means you gotta keep working. That's all. Don't slow down. Just keep working. All right. There we go. Let's come over here real fast. Let's get this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of art out of our pan. Like that. Just like that. Just like that. All right. Let's go right here. Get a little bit of filling. And I'm getting all of it this time. It's all going in there this time. Oh, I did say I would. You know what? I get mad at myself because I eat one that doesn't have cheese. And then I have to look for another one that has cheese. So that's a little bit too much of that. Let's go like that. I'm adding cheese again because I'm a cheesy kind of guy. Let's do that. Let's go like this. Let's do that. Let's seal it up like so. And don't mess with it too many times. You know, if you're sealing it and you look like you messed something up, it's gonna be try to fix it, but it's gonna take a little work because dough can be funny. I used to make pizzas. Oh man, I used to make the best pizzas around. Oh, back in the day. Oh man, I remember those days. Okay, we're gonna drop that. We're gonna go ahead and flip this bad boy around, just like that. She's looking good. We'll go ahead and get another disc, just like this. Flip it around. Let's get a little roll on. Everybody get your roll on. There we go. Excuse me. Okay. Bam. Go ahead and fill her up. And this oil is getting well over the limit I need, so we're gonna have to turn it down, I think. We're gonna make this one without the cheese. Just like that. Seal this up. Dropper. That one's ready to come out. Look at that. It's a beautiful look. Drop that like that. We're going to flip this one around. Just like so. Excuse me again. While I get a drink from my parched throat. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go on. Wow, this disc. See, this one is, it's doable, but look at that. Look at that. That's what happens when you wait too long. That's what happens. I'm going to do that one last. I don't want to, because we have two. Uh-oh, what's going on here? No. Okay, I think this is savable. Oh, no. No, it's not. Do you see what I mean? I have one left. That's not cool. All right, this one's going to be a big one. As you can see, I had the perfect amount. Look at that. If I would have had those two that weren't looking like that, I still need a little more for this one. But that is just sad. Whatever. It is what it is, right? Okay. Let's fill her up. And when I say fill her up, I mean fill her up. We're going to leave the cheese out. We're going to close it. We're going to seal her up and hope it doesn't break because it's not looking good, this one now, because of the dough. That's why you have to be fast with these things. I thought I was, but I guess I wasn't fast enough. So this might explode on us when it goes in. I'm looking at it. I'll show you guys real fast what it looks like. Let's get this beautiful piece of artwork out. That's looking so good. Look at the bubbles just bubbling up. Those bubbles are filled with air. Around those bubbles are nothing but crispiness and flavorful taste of meat and shell all combined together to blow your taste buds to the moon. All right, let's drop this last one. Let's seal. It's not looking good, man. I'm thinking I sealed this about 4 times now, so if it pops open, we can't say we didn't try. There we go. You see, guys, look, this is how it came. I tried pulling apart, dough starting to rip. I could always cut. Let's do that. We're not going to waste. Oh, we might be okay. We might just, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this out, this part, fill her up. Oh, it came apart. It was stuck the last time. You know what? We don't need that other one. We just need this one. I have a couple olives extra in there. That's okay. Oh, no. I knew something might do this. All right, let's tear that off. Let's do that. I should have rolled it out a little more, but I think I have it. We're going to close it up like that. Oh, yeah, we might have something here, everybody. Oh, man, look at this. Wow. Look at that. It's working. Well, we're sealing it. I don't know if it's going to stay sealed. That's the question. And by the looks of it, I don't know. It's so thin. There we go, though. The last of the Mohicans. That's okay. We'll throw this away. Well, guys, as you can see, we have 2 empanadas left. We have a whole dish over there of delicious filled empanadas that are ready to be eaten. Yeah, this one did. No, it did not. It looked like it for a second, but no, it did not. That one is ready. Not yet, almost. The last empanada that worried me is it's keeping its keeping its seal. So that's a good thing. Let me go ahead and show you guys. I think the damage is done. Look at that. We have beautiful, beautiful, delicious filled empanadas. I'm going to go ahead and cut one open. Hopefully I get one that is filled with cheese so you get to see that deliciousness just souping out. All right, let's go ahead and close that, put that there. Let's go ahead and flip this. It's keeping its seal, everybody. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. All right. All right, guys, my stomach and my taste buds are just going crazy, so ready to eat one of these empanadas. So I want to show you real fast. This was the last one. Look at the bubbles on that. Look at that. Look at the bubbles popping off like that. Wow, just look at that. And it kept its seal. Look at that. We were good. This is kind of almost the size that you get at the stores, guys. So yeah, we're doing big things over here. That's everything. I want to go ahead and cut this. Look at this. You guys, oh, look at that. Oh,